Hello there. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my video. If you've watched my last Fnaf video, a link somewhere up here. Uh, yes, I changed my hair. I cut it. How you feel? Rated at 1 out of 10. Anyway, who cares? The point is, this video I want to talk about Scott Cawthon, everyone's favorite Fnaf author. Okay, and his relation to his community. Now, this video has been I've been thinking about making this video for a while, and I feel like it needs to be said. So, what needs to be said? Well, I'll tell you. Scott is horrible with community management. That's yeah. Yeah, Scott is actually horrible at it. Like it is actually, like, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, by the way. I'm not saying this is factual or anything. For me, personally, the way I look at it is horrible. Okay. Also, just in case you won't think I'm a faker. Check it. I got this. Shit's fire. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to flex. Anyway, look. The point is, I think Scott is at a point where he doesn't know. It doesn't feel like he knows where the story is going, and I feel like that is obvious to, I think, a lot of people. We just don't say it per se. My main issue is that he doesn't tell anybody. He doesn't say anything when it comes to theories. Like MatPat, for example. So recently, there's MatPat came up with a video talking about security breach for Ruin and his theories on it, and the Mimic, and he was talking about the books and how the books in his mind are related to the games, and how the books are basically talking about the story of the games. Now, most of that video, I kind of see where he's coming from. I do see where he's coming from, and I'm like, wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. However, there is one thing, since I don't read the books, so I can't really speak on it. I believed him when he said it. So, that's something that MatPat needs to fix. Because apparently, on Twitter, everybody's saying that he's wrong based on, in the books and stuff. So, I don't know. All I'm going to say is this. My issue with Scott Cawthon is that Scott does not say whether or not a theory is correct. Okay? I feel like if you're going to do a game like this, right? If you're going to do a story like this to where the fan base has to figure out what's correct and what's not correct, I feel like it's only right for you as the creator of this story to tell the fan base whether or not a theory is correct. I feel like that's just reasonable, right? Like, I feel like, personally, what I would have had Scott do, and Steve Wool as well. I'm talking to Steve Wool as well too, because they're not good at doing this either. They're better. They're not as good, because Scott, I know, stepped down from doing a lot of story stuff, so Scott retired and stuff like that. But the point is, at the end of the day, Scott started this, okay? And there's a lot of stuff that he left that we don't know is even true or not, okay? And we're all just speculating at this point. We're just arguing back and forth about what's real, what's not, what's true, what's not true. And Scott is just sitting in the back and like, oh well, bro, I'm just begging you, please just tell us what's real and what's not real, because the thing is like we need this. There are like books, there are data books. There's books that Scott comes out with that are like supposed to be basically telling us what's true and what's not true. But for some reason, the book, like the book that had all the Fnaf characters in it, not all of them, but most of the Fnaf characters in it, in the descriptions, they don't even say. Like, some of the stuff is like, oh, this character may or may not do this in the games. This character may or may not be in this game. Like, why are you using fan speculation for something that's supposed to tell us what's real and what's not real, or what's true and what's not true? You're saying that it's some of the stuff in the book apparently, according to like videos I've seen, they say that it says that fans think that this is like, just give us the truth. Just tell us the truth. That's all we're asking. That's all I'm asking. Tell us the truth. It's just tell us the straight up truth. What is the story of this freaking franchise, man? Because now MatPat is getting heat online, as well. He always gets heat online, but like he's getting heat because he's, I guess, misinterpreting a story, right? But like it didn't have to be that way. Scott could have just, or Steel Wool, people that make the books, they could have just, Scott could have just been like, all right, here's what's going on. These books directly correlate to the games. These books don't, right? That's all you could have said. But you could have been like, oh, we're only talking about the fourth closet and the fourth closet series. That's only talking about the games. That is direct to the games. That's it. And all the other books are just offshoots. They don't influence the game. The game doesn't influence them. They're not, you know what I mean? That, like, give us something. Something, Scott. Please. I'm begging you. Like, I honestly feel like if Scott doesn't give us like actual factual facts about the story that we're trying to figure out, it's just going to devolve. This fan base is going to just devolve into just horrible shit. I'm sorry. It's just going to devolve into just, it's going to be bad. Like, it's going to be bad. I feel like the games are getting better though, right? I think the games are getting better. Fnaf Ruin is definitely a step in a good direction when it comes to storytelling. I just don't know if it's going to help, because here's the thing, right? My issue is that we can have a good storyline like Security Breach onward, but it doesn't really matter if the foundation that Security Breach stands on is all shaky and it's just muddy and it's not stable. And when I mean the foundation, I'm talking about FNAF 1 through Sister Location. You know what I mean? Like, if all that is not even, we don't even know what happened in 1 through Sister Location, like fully. The games tell us one thing, but then we also get information that maybe the games are not even true. Maybe half of the games are not even real, because FNAF Help Wanted was like, oh, these are just games inside the universe. Like, oh my god, like it's look, as a writer and as a filmmaker and someone who is trying to create a universe, I get it. It's kind of hard to be like, it's kind of hard to like get rid of some storylines that you kind of want to keep, but at the same time, I also like am trying to not go down Scott Cawthon's route, right? It's like I don't want to write something so complicated to the point where stuff is just not, doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, I want my storyline that I'm making T23 is complicated. It's a complicated story, but like I'm also trying to make sure that it makes sense, right? Yeah, the beginning is shaky. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what Scott needs to do. He should have done. He needs to do is, we need something that is going to give us literally what happened, right? Through FNAF 1 through FNAF Help Wanted, right? Up until Security Breach, right? Like the whole story. Like no gameplay, just story. Like like actual story. What happened? That way we know, that way we can go off of that and then move on to a new era. We can't, it's hard for me personally to move on to a new era if I feel like that the last era isn't even fixed yet. Like, we don't even know what happened last era. How are we supposed to go to a new era if we can't even fix the last era? You know what I mean? Like, so that's all. That's like the main thing. And I just feel like, Scott needs to really like really hone his fan base in, bro, in the community. He needs to hone this community in, because it's not looking good, bro. everybody's divided. Everybody's fighting and arguing over like what's true, what's not. And you got two separate fan bases. You got the kids enjoying the characters, but they don't understand the lore. And you got people who are just like lore based and like love the characters, or like, and it's just like it's just there needs to be like a unification of the community somehow, some way. Scott needs to do that. He can't just quit, right? I mean, he did retire. I'm saying like you can't just leave. You can't just do. You can't cause a disaster and then walk away from said disaster and be like, "Oh, y'all got it, right? Y'all got it, right? Good job, guys. You got it. I'm gonna go though. I'm gonna go though. Yeah, y'all got it though. Y'all got it, right? Right? Y'all got it, right? Right? Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go now. Y'all got it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't just do that. So that's my pitch to Scott to please. Hopefully, maybe it's this movie. Maybe it's the FNAF movie that's going to give us more information. I doubt it though, because this is not really doesn't feel like FNAF 1 much. Kind of, not really, kind of, but there's too much complication. Like I just it's too complicated, and Scott has not given us enough information about his own story. Like, so I love this franchise. Like genuinely, I love this franchise. Like I have merch and stuff, and I love this franchise. I just feel like that Scott needs to really like he really needs to hone his community back in, bro. We all need to be on the same page. And we're all not on the same page because Scott has not given us a page to be on. You get what I'm saying? Like, so as I always say, we guys have a good time. Watch my other videos. I do gameplay of other games and stuff on this channel, so please go check that out. I'll see y'all. And maybe the next FNAF video, probably y'all only see me make FNAF videos. I don't know. I'm only making these two right now, unless I have another idea about talking about something FNAF related. I don't know why it's always FNAF. I don't know why it's FNAF that I really have like a need to like talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't do it for any other games, but it's mainly FNAF. Stay wise, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.